everybody. Good afternoon. I'm going to call the Council-in-Committee agenda to order and the meeting. And I'm Councillor Judy Villeneuve. I'm acting mayor and will be chairing this meeting. And we have just one delegation, a very important one, with Aaron DeSatel to speak about our event this weekend, Doors Open. So Aaron, if you'll come forward. I've had the pleasure of working with Aaron, so we're looking forward to the presentation, Aaron.
It's been my pleasure to work with you, Councillor Villeneuve.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much for having me here this evening to just give you a bit of an overview about what the Surrey Doors Open event is looking like for 2016. Just a quick overview. For those of you who aren't familiar with Surrey Doors Open, this is our 5th annual event, and it's an opportunity for residents and visitors to explore civic and community buildings throughout the city. It really does help to build a welcoming and inclusive community in Surrey, and we have the opportunity to engage and educate residents about the opportunities that exist in the city to learn and play and socialize. And a little bit of history: it originated in France, where the first Doors Open took place in 1984. And I just have a quick little video, some of the promotion that we've put together for this year, and just on social media. So it's just 15 seconds, just to give you a taste of it. So that's, as it says,
that was a quick one.
Just a teaser. If you want to see more, then I encourage you to come out this weekend. But I do have a few more things to say before that. So just a few of the numbers that we're looking at for this year. It's Saturday, June 18th. That's correct. It's this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. We're featuring, highlighting 21 different venues throughout the city. We again have our 3 hop-on, hop-off trolleys that are free throughout the communities. Additionally, 2 shuttle buses taking visitors between Grandview Heights and Cloverdale, and 3 community hub events, which are brand new this year. So a little bit more about those communities that we're featuring. New this year is Grandview Heights, and we also have the addition of a few new venues in communities that have been a part of Doors Open before, in Newton and Cloverdale. And of course, Doors Open wouldn't be complete without featuring City Hall, and we also have City Centre Library as well. So just some photos kind of to take you through some of the venues that are going to be a part of Doors Open this weekend. Kensington Prairie has a historic, lots of old-fashioned games that are happening. Redwood Park, we're going to have the Treehouse open with stories and guided tours throughout the park. Darts Hill Garden Park is also open. They're featuring a plant sale, and the house is actually going to be open as well. Grandview Heights Aquatic Center, that just had their grand opening, is also going to be a part of it, so the staff there will be extra tired after having 2 big events 2 weeks in a row. In Newton, we have the Operations Center. That is also going to be the grand opening of the Operations Center this weekend, so there's going to be a lot happening there. It's also the Public Works event that they are hosting, and they actually got permission to move it from May to June just to be a part of Doors Open. We also have a great art component through the Newton Cultural Center and Pop-Up Newton. And for the first year, the RCMP main detachment is also participating. In Cloverdale, this is only featuring 4 of the 11 venues in Cloverdale that are a part of it. And we're really happy to have Fraser Valley Heritage Railway Society a part of it with all of their historic train gear. It's always a big hit for Doors Open. Christchurch and Cemetery with some great history on some of the first pioneers being buried there. The Vintage Truck Museum and the Animal Resource Center is a new one for Doors Open as well. So some great opportunities to meet some dogs and cats there. City Centre, just 2 venues, the City Centre Library and City Hall. In City Hall this year, we're featuring a lot of great behind-the-scenes tours. Those are very popular every year in City Hall. And just a few notes about the community hubs. These were put in as a response to kind of having a good place for people to ground themselves throughout the event, a good place to stop and start. People were commenting they weren't sure where to go, so we thought we would start them and end them in these locations. And I do want to highlight that the opening ceremonies for the event are going to be happening at one of the community hubs, which is the Operations Center at 12:30. Also, heading to any of these, you will find live entertainment, food trucks, and of course the accessible trolley and shuttles. I'm sure you've seen some of this throughout the community and hopefully heard it on some of our radio sponsors, but just a reminder of a few of the pieces that have been out in the community through posters, save the dates, or the electronic billboards. The event guide, which I'll show just on the next slide, I just want to bring your attention to the 3 themes that we're featuring this year, which again are highlighting public works and the Operations Center and various venues that perform those activities throughout the city, arts and heritage, and of course recreation and leisure. Highlighting the engagement opportunities through the community hubs and the selfie stations, which are a great part of one of the contests we're running as well. And the guided tours being a really large highlight for all of the participants who really love the chance to kind of go behind the scenes and find out a bit more about a lot of our community and civic buildings. And who doesn't love food trucks? You'll see this event guide as well, just a big map on it, lots of information about how to get around and where they're going. And you'll notice the featured photo there of Councillor Lefranc's granddaughter on the front wearing the red serge. On the back, just a little bit more information about the different venues, making sure everyone knows about what each features, and of course the contests. And of course I do want to just recognize the over 50 volunteers we have supporting the event. Many of them are returning from previous years of being a volunteer for Doors Open. They'll be at every location as an ambassador. They'll also be on the trolleys as greeters and guides. They'll be helping out the community hubs and also just providing additional support to venues that needed it. And the trolleys being a huge feature for Doors Open. Some people, I think, come to the event just to ride on the trolleys. So we do have 3 in the 3 highlighted communities this year. It's easy to get between City Centre Library and City Hall, so we thought that would be all right to miss this year. And then the shuttles going between Cloverdale and Grandview Heights to make sure that we get a lot of people going to Grandview Heights in South Surrey. Should take about 30 minutes round trip for each route. And of course, we'll be promoting walking and cycling between the venues as well. And just briefly to end off with some information about the contests, this one, Connect, Collect and Win, is the Explore the Different Venues and Tell Us What You Think contest. So we encourage participants to visit 3 or more venues. They collect a stamp for doing something meaningful at each venue, and then they drop off half of their card to enter the prize draw. The other half they get to keep as a memento. And as I mentioned before, the selfie stations sort of help promote the photo contest that we have. And we've had some great ideas for selfie stations from the venues themselves, which includes operating some heavy machinery at the Operations Center and dressing up, lots of dressing up opportunities as well. And of course, this event couldn't happen without really fantastic support from council and from staff, and of course the venues and the community members that are sitting on the advisory committee. So thank you to Councillor Villeneuve for all your support and guidance. And it's been a real pleasure to be a part of the planning team that's been putting it together through Healthy Communities. So just in closing, I hope to see you all at Doors Open this weekend at any of the venues. I hope you have an amazing time. Thank you.
Thank you, Erin. And I want to recognize Erin's work too. She took this on as a new project, and she's been very diligent and expanded it in many areas. So thank you for that. Council members have any further questions? Okay. Well, we'll look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday then. It's a really exciting event, so we appreciate the work. Thanks. And if I can call for an adjournment, I think that's our last delegation. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.